Hey guys, it's Laura, Be Most Mercantile. I just want to put out there, I know I get asked all the time when I'm sick, and it's not that I'm sick. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, fibromyalgia, plus I have a spinal injury. So, yes, I am on a lot of pills, there's no doubt. I was maxed out on opioids at one point, and they weren't even touching it. Then my doctors got together and decided that I should try medical marijuana, that it might give me some relief, as opposed to the opioids, which were giving no relief. Even though I had never touched marijuana in my life, I did not do drugs. I was a straight A student. I was a geek and scared shitless if I was in trouble with my father. So, yeah, that never happened. So I've been doing it now for 2 years. I've been off the opioids and on medical marijuana. And I do the THC. Oklahoma is legal for medical only. Mine is an indica strain, and what that means is it gives you more of a body instead of that head change. That would be a sativa. So I do indica or hybrid. And then recently there's been a ton of talk about Delta 8. So Delta 8 is federally legal. There are a few states that went in and specifically decided Delta 8 was not legal. It's a few states. But I have been doing the Delta 8 because you guys know I'm moving. And I'm moving to Indiana, which does not have any, it's still illegal there. Still illegal. So I was having to find something else. And so I started using the Delta 8, which is federally legal. And this does not, it's from a different part of the plant. It doesn't have that high in the same way. But, because technically it's got less than 3% THC in it. And that's how cannabis is sectioned off, is you have the part of the plant, which is the flower, and that's your flower. Then you have the part of the plant, which is sativa when it's manufactured. You have the indica, you have the Delta 8. What they did when they were doing the legal usage, or the CBD, is, as long as the CBD contains less than 0.3, 0.03, it has less than that, then it is CBD. So, sorry, planes coming in. Yep. And so what they did is they defined cannabis. They claimed medical marijuana. That's if it has a certain amount of THC in it and above, that is not legal. But everything with 0.03 and below is legal. Now, I said some of this, there's a very few states, I can't remember if Alabama is one of them, but there's some states that have gone back in and they've decided to tackle Delta 8 specifically. And so then they had to go back and make their state so that Delta 8 is covered and is not legal in those states. Like I said, they're very few and far between. I think most of them start with an A for some reason. I think it's Alabama, Alaska. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. But that's what happened. So, I would encourage you, if you're in a state where it's legal and you can try Delta 8, you can go right online and get you the Delta 8. This came for me today. And it is desserts, is what it is. It is desserts. This is lemon pound cake. Here we are. Lemon pound cake. And I thought this was a cartridge, but it's not a cartridge. It is a... let me see if I can grab it. Here we are. This is a vape. Oh, my camera on the phone's really bad. This is a vape. It's a preloaded vape. So, this is Delta 8. Delta 8 in the liquid form. Now, they have all versions. They have Delta 8 gummies and whatnot. I've tried the Delta 8 gummies from various companies. I will tell you, Just Delta is really good, and so is Purecraft. Really good. Those are two that I have tried, and they're really good. I like both of them. The Purecraft comes in 750 milligrams. The Just Delta comes in at 1,000 milligrams. And Delta 8 in gummy form in Oklahoma runs about $45 to $55 a jar. It's not cheap, but if it works and you only have to take a couple, then hey, try it. Something to try. So, with my diagnosis, I ended up changing jobs. I was working in law enforcement, and I was a defensive tactics instructor, and I ran their domestic violence program. And I loved my job. What kept me from doing it was the diagnosis. I was having severe back problems. I couldn't even walk. It was horrible. I mean, horrible. And when they took me in and started x-raying and doing the MRIs and everything, that's how they found out about the back. The RA and the fibromyalgia diagnosis kind of came at that time, but back then they really couldn't determine whether you had lupus or not until it attacked your organs, which lupus does. It will shut down your organs. There is no cure for it. It is annoying. I am currently going through a flare, and you will hear that in my voice. And then I'm very swollen. But that's usually what the lupus flare does to me, is I have lupus has all kinds of symptoms. One of mine is vocal paralysis. I have gone as much as 3 months with absolutely no voice. So, yeah, you guys are going to hear my voice when it's scratchy. It sounds like it hurts to speak. It doesn't. It just paralyzes my vocal cords. The rheumatoid arthritis, there's no cure. It's not getting better. I do chemo. It's a low-dose chemo pill once a week. And then I do get infusions. That's for the lupus also. And I do that. It's a weird sequence, but you go in and get the first infusion. 2 weeks later, you get another infusion. All these take 4 hours. So, and then you're good for supposedly 6 months. The doctor said there's no way I can go 6 months in between. So I was down to doing it 4 months. So I do the 2, then I have 4 months, and then come back and do the other 2. My doctor has died. He died in a hunting accident. This gives me a whole bunch of anxiety because he really understood my case. He really cared. And when I was ready to give up and just say, screw it, he's the one who's told me, no, we're going to find it. We're going to find where you can at least live comfortably. The reason that I'm flaring right now is because when I have to go on antibiotics, I can't do my infusion and I can't take my chemo pills. So when I don't take those, this is what happens. I have a lupus flare, my voice gets really bad, I get really bad pains through my neck and legs, and they're very swollen, and it's really hard to walk right now, but I will get through it just like I always do. But I wanted to make a quick video for you. This wasn't quick, and try and make you understand that, I'm not really sick. I mean, I'm not sick. It's just something I deal with. It never goes away. It's always going to be there. Because all 3 of them do not have any cures. They have looked at me for MS about 2 years ago. And he was thinking we needed to do it again, but then he passed away. So all that kind of stuff has been kind of put on hold, but my reason for flaring right now is I had to not do the methotrexate and not do my infusion. So I've been without the infusion for 2 months now. I was supposed to get it 2 months ago. So for 2 months I've been out of that, and I've been off the methotrexate for the last 4 weeks. So when that happens, it just causes me a little bit of hell, a little bit of pain, but hey, we'll get through it. Well, thank you guys for bearing with me, and see you later.